watts. Now let's talk about price and availability.
AMD's Ryzen 5000 series of processors have delivered huge leaps in single core performance of up to 25% and 15% on multi-core against previous Gen Zen 2. Unfortunately, what AMD has failed to deliver on is actual supply of the processors, as illustrated by the state of the market in the UK, where it is proving impossible to buy a Zen 3 processor at the various retailers such as Overclockers UK, Amazon and so on. There just is no stock, as what little supply PC retailers have are getting directed towards their custom build orders. This leaves the rip-off merchants to price gouge. And I'm not talking about the scalpers on eBay trying to sell at huge markups of thousands of percent on products they probably don't even have, but that where there is stock, such as on Amazon, one is finding prices inflated to ridiculous levels that makes the Ryzen 5000 CPUs bad value for money when compared to the previous Zen 2 processors and even against Intel. For instance, the 5600X is supposed to sell for £271 in the UK. Instead, on Amazon the current selling price is £603 for December delivery. That's more than double MSRP and more than double the price for the 3600X for a performance increase of about 20%. What a rip-off. Same goes for the 5800X. That's supposed to cost about £407, but instead is currently selling on Amazon for £800, a 100% profiteering price hike, whilst the 3800X is selling for half the price at £327. What about my favourite Zen 3 processor, the best value for money 5900X, is being sold on Amazon for what? A ridiculous price of £999. That's double the MSRP of £497. What a huge rip-off. How can that be value for money when it's double the price it should be? Whilst there is not even any sign of the 5950X at all. As you can imagine, if it were the price, it would be approaching about £1,300, i.e. more than the 3960X 24 core Threadripper that currently sells on Amazon for around £1,250. Imagine that 5950X would be selling for more than a 24 core Threadripper. And don't even think about trying to get the processor direct from AMD, because even there all of the processors are listed as being out of stock and have been for several weeks. In fact, probably from day one, as far as I'm aware. So what to do if one really wants a Ryzen 5000 processor? Well, the only chance you have of getting one at a decent price is to go to a system builder. And even then you could easily end up waiting for over a month, maybe 2 months, even 3. Instead, it looks like we are all going to have to wait this out until as long as February 2021 before AMD's paper launch starts delivering stock to customers at anywhere near MSRP, because that's what it is. Effectively a paper launch for the CPUs and GPUs, because there's no stock anywhere near MSRP, and a lot of scammers out there trying to rip people off with inflated prices for product they probably don't even have. Well, until then, the big tech YouTubers, you know who they are, will continue to gloat with their freebie Zen 3 processors. Makes your stomach churn. And it's even worse for the 6000 series RDNA 2 big Navi GPUs from AMD, so don't even try and buy one of them. No AMD 6800 XT anywhere in the world, apart from again with the YouTubers, because likely the seller won't have any stock in to deliver regardless of the price they're offering it at. So a lot of scammers out there, price gougers, who do not have the stock to sell at whatever price they're trying to advertise it at. Again, the big YouTubers are the only ones with these GPUs. In fact, the when you watch their videos, the shelves are packed with empty boxes of a range of RTX 3080s and 6800 XTs and more, whilst the rest of us can only watch with first furious anger, then despair and resignation that we have to put back our plans for upgrading our systems for at least a couple more months, maybe even longer, probably March, April, because there just is no stock, especially for the 68,000 AMD's GPUs. Maybe Nvidia will supply some stock, but the latest news is that most of the GPUs they produced on the 3000 series were sold to crypto miners, Ethereum crypto miners, who had advanced orders with them apparently. Makes your stomach churn, doesn't it? But what can you do? All we can do is just wait it out until they stock for CPUs and GPUs. I know. I thought I would get an order in mid-November and get delivery before Christmas, but this is not gonna happen. There's no point placing any orders because they're not gonna have the stock. They're just gonna delay until January, February, March, April. Well, hopefully, I'm guessing now, hopefully by end of January, 2 months from now, there should be stock eventually, though that's probably wishful thinking because they're just not producing them. If you're thinking of what will be in stock, it's probably something like 5600X RTX 3070 because they're easier to produce for both Nvidia and AMD. i 6-core 5600X is easier to produce than 8-core chiplets, obviously, because if they produce an 8-core chiplet and has one faulty core, then they sell it as a 6-core by disabling 2 cores. Same if there's 2 faulty, they sell it as a 6-core. But that means they should be able to produce the 5900X. But even then, you don't know, it might be just... I give up. I'm just going to put off any thoughts of buying a system until February. But then we should get sight of the Threadrippers, the Zen 3 Threadrippers, and if they perform as the Ryzen are, then maybe I'll just skip the Ryzen altogether and go for say a 24-core Threadripper Zen 3, because they'll be coming out I expect in February, early February, though they may delay a couple of months due to supply constraints. They're not able to produce any. But you never know. This could be a blessing in disguise, because I would have gone out, ordered a 5950x system now, but there's no point, because no matter even if you place the order and pay for it, you're not going to get delivery until probably at the earliest late January and probably during February. So I might as well just wait and see what the Threadrippers are like. Anyway, you're disappointed for the marketing hype. That's all the internet is now, just YouTube, loads of videos promoting these CPUs and how good they are in the various benchmarks, but you just can't buy the CPUs or GPUs, not in the UK at least, or well, across Europe. Maybe the situation in the US is better. That looks like to be the case, but not by much. But in the UK and Europe, it's a desert. It's a complete desert, market desert. There's no stock.